What's up, boys and girls? Today you join me back at home. We're working on the Jazz this week. So it was last weekend I had the vogtland lowering springs fitted to my vehicle that swapped over from someone else's Honda Jazz that was going back to stock. Kindly fitted most of the work for me that time. So yeah, part of the trouble we had was the anti-roll bar links were so rusty and seized on that there was no chance they were coming off. So the Jazz behind me there has been off the road all week whilst I've been waiting for a delivery of HardRace reinforced Droplinks for the front, obviously because this doesn't have a stock anti-roll bar link. Sorry, anti-roll bar at the rear. So yeah, we're going to fit them today. I'm on my own this time, Sam's not feeling too well. So yeah, I'm going to fit them. It's going to be a short video, but might be useful to someone who doesn't know how to fit Droplinks. So these are the product. The HardRace reinforced Droplinks for the front of my Jazz. Also fits the Honda Fit, obviously, because it's pretty much the same chassis. There's part number, should you require it. And up there, I got these from Tegiwa in the UK. They're quite expensive for Droplinks, but then, you know, when you take into consideration the price of OEM ones, these are actually cheaper. And obviously, as soon as the car's lowered, you're better to have some stronger ones on it, because these, like I said, these are meant to be reinforced. So yeah, there's the Jazz. Sits quite low at the moment, which is good. The bogland springs. Got a little bit more content on this coming soon. A few bits I'm doing to it. So yeah, pick these up, because at the moment, like I said, we had to cut them off. I had to drive all the way back from Manningtree with the front anti-roll bar not attached. So every time I went over the tiniest little bump, it would knock. Hence why I drove the Civic for this week whilst I was waiting for the Droplinks to arrive. The wonderful Civic's been great. CRZ's sat there just waiting on a few more parts from that from Japan. Sick. First things first, jack up your car. This one was proudly supplied to me by Mac Tools, Cambridge. Big up car. Once you jacked up your car, yes, no axle stand because I'm trying to be as quick as possible today. I'm trying to fight the rain. Mac Tools gun, again, Mac Tools Cambridge. Just whiz them off. Wheels off. As you can see, I've not used it all day, all week, so it's been raining. Anti-roll bar link attaches here and here, so we're just bracing basically that gap. There's the new purple vogtland springs. I say new, but new to me. So all I've got to do, fit that in there. Yeah, this is what you get in the kit. 4 lock nuts as well, obviously, which is always handy. What you do is you put this in through the back. I don't know if you can just make it out, but there's an Allen key in the middle. Now if you're really lucky, you can just gun these up and you won't have to worry about securing it, and then I'll just nip it up at the end to make sure that's not spinning. One little tip I have as well, just something I picked up in the industry, before you fit them, just free them off, because they, as you can see there, stupid tight. Oh, I'm going to have to do it off camera. There we go. So now that you just initially move it, it's now malleable, whichever way you want to put it. One, it makes it easier for installation, and two, as you can see, I've just moved that one, and two, they don't bind up when you fit them. Sick. Right, so that's the top one gunned up. I couldn't get a gun behind this one, so I'm going to show you the way to do this if you don't have impact tools. So you'll need a 5mm Allen key, which will go in the middle, and then you'll need, the best thing is a ratchet spanner to sort of go over the top of it. So if you pop that in there, you could just do this much easier. I'll take that out first. Sorry guys, I'm not normally this scatty. I'm just trying to rush with this bloody weather. So that'll probably hold itself in place most of the time because it's a nylock thread on that nut. It'll only be when it starts to get tight you'll probably need to hold on. But the anti-roll bar should flex a little bit so you can get these on, even on lower cars, especially an OEM anti-roll bar like this. It's quite thin, as you can see. It's nothing amazing. Yes, before you say it, I know the car's quite rusty. I bought this car. It looks like it was originally registered in Scotland, so Grit Salt City. A bit like my CRZ. So that's gone tight now. So I probably don't even need that Allen key, to be honest. It's probably more for freeing it off in the future. But it's always good to check it. So I'm going to do that now, top and bottom. But that don't feel like that's going anywhere to me. Now the difficulty with that, it's very difficult to get a spanner in there. So you may have to go in like that. Right, that's one side done. Just going to nip everything back up. And then I'll catch you in a moment. Right, I've just nipped them back up with a 1/2 inch with 17mm. The good thing is about these aftermarket ones, which are much better than OEM, for this reason, is, sorry I'm a bit out of breath, overweight. If you see this flange, once the nut goes so far, it's sandwiching together. On the OEM ones, that tends to be a lot further back, like inside the actual bushing area. And then the actual ball joint inside here will just spin. Whereas on these, they tend to just do up quite nicely. Right, so I've just got to put that side back together. Then do the other side. Fix you in a minute. Here's the other side done. Now, if you're jacking it up a corner at a time, you may find, that the anti-roll bar tries to fight you. So what I do is I get it on the shoulder jack, axle stand, whatever you want to call them, and then I jack the bottom of the suspension arm upwards, which then you can get the anti-roll bar link back on. It's starting to rain, so I'm going to be very quick to put this back together, and then I'll talk to you when I'm finished. Right, boys and girls, you join me. Very warm, out of breath. Joy's been fat, I really do need to lose some weight. Last thing to do, and if you're a DIY mechanic, or any mechanic in any form, go on these torque wrench. Do not gun them home. Do not go in with a breaker bar. You'll either not torque it up enough, or you'll torque it up too much. So, obviously, 80 foot-pounds on the Honda Jazz, Honda Fit, what do you call it, with 16-inch wheels. Obviously this has 16-inch wheels. So I'm going to just do that now, then we're done. Right, boys and girls, I'm now going to take it for a quick test drive, make sure everything's all good, because one of my concerns was that one of the shocks was still spinning after the gentleman that fitted them still spinning at the top of the strut tower. So hopefully it was done up tight and it was just spinning that way with the bearing, but we'll find out. Yeah, so far I stand by my previous comments in the last video about these springs, is that they I think they ride better than OEM. I'm just going to do this window up. I tell you, going from my 66 plate Civic, or 2016 Civic Sport, back into this, it's definitely an adventure. Right, so as you can see, they're quite bouncy, these springs, particularly at the rear. The rear is quite bouncy, but I still think these ride better than OEM, especially if you're after a sportier ride. I hope the sound quality, oh Jesus, that's a big bump there. I hope the sound quality is alright, because I know the sound insulation in this car isn't fabulous. But yeah, I definitely think that these are better than OEM. Obviously they lower 40 mils, that's good. We are talking about the springs here, not the Droplinks. It's kind of a 2-in-1 video. But as far as the Droplinks go, no knocking on lowered springs, so that's good. Because obviously everyone has that sort of fear, is if you lower your car, you have to get adjustable Droplinks. It's not always the case. Some of HardRace stuff actually is slightly shorter, so you know, because they are sort of more orientated towards people looking for a performance ride, so they're likely to have lowered the car already. But yeah, I definitely think the springs are good, especially seeing as they're like £110 retail, which is, I think personally, really good actually. Obviously I didn't pay that because I was swapped my standard suspension for these. But yeah, I'll chat to you when I'm back, because this mount on the steering wheel isn't the best. Right, boys and girls, back home. Ride's great, actually. I'm quite impressed for how well it does ride for not highly reputable brand, I guess. I don't know. I've never heard of them before, up until obviously being offered them. One of my friends who more into the jazz scene than I am, Martin, Jazzy boy, check out his channel. If you like jazzes, that's the best place to go really. He's got some cool things going on with his GD jazz in matcha green, I think it is. I'm going to do a review on that one day. I'm sick. It's like full on track spec. I think he's putting in a JDM 1.5 engine as well. That's pretty cool. Anyway, back to my car. Ride's great. Really like those. The HardRace anti-roll bar links, I've got them on my CRZ, the exact same part number, because a lot of the components on the CRZ are shared with the GE Jazz platform, or Fit platform, whichever region you're from. So I rate them highly, because otherwise I wouldn't use them twice. I've also had them on other cars. I had them on our RGD, actually, RGD Jazz, which was my swan. Pretty much any time that I need to replace Droplinks, if HardRace do an option for them, I will use them. I've never had a problem with them. I think they're the fact they're thicker, they say they're reinforced, I assume they last longer, but it just gives the anti-roll bar more resistance to flex, which is always a good thing if you like to go around corners quickly. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I know it's not the best, most informal video. I know there was a few things I did there that I wouldn't normally do. I know they're safe in the long run. I've been a technician a long time. Yes, something could have happened, an accident's going to happen. That's usually when they do happen, is when you rush. So yeah, jack your car up properly. Obviously that was done fine, but use axle stands. I did on the passenger side, not on the driver's side. I was rushing. Also, don't gun off lockers. Again, I was rushing. They could have snapped off, but if it happened, it happened. It's my fault. It's my car. I'd have to have fixed it. But yeah, if you're going to do things, try and do them properly, guys. Try not to be a hypocrite. Yeah, stick around. I've got more stuff coming on the Jazz. Hopefully more stuff coming on the Civic, because we have decided, now that I've started spending some money on the Jazz, my wife Emily doesn't really want to get rid of the Civic. We were contemplating getting rid of the Civic and the Jazz and replacing it with a HRV, but we're not going to do that anymore. I'm kind of lowering it's rekindled my interest in wanting to keep it and play with it a little bit. So there's some more things coming. Some of you already know about that. Some of my close friends. And yeah, look out for that. It's going to be sick. Again, thanks for tuning in, guys. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bye bye.